What's up, peeps? Your boy PC Williams coming to y'all live on another great Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. This is 1K Sports, uncut, unbiased, unfiltered, unapologetic. Got a few things I want to get into today. Football season for college is officially, I guess you can say, almost over. We officially are in bowl season now. A few NFL headlines to get into. Of course, Mike McCarthy got fired. Kareem Hunt got my man Big Ron here want to go live with me. We're gonna do that. Okay. But anyways, y'all, it was a great weekend of sports overall. Give y'all a recap of the championship weekend. Oklahoma took out Texas, as I did predict that. Thought they would, revenge that one loss of the season. Let's see. They did beat Texas 39-27. It was a pretty hard-fought game. To my surprise, I thought Oklahoma would just go out there and blow them out. It'd be some kind of a shootout. But to my surprise, Oklahoma's defense did step up. They did allow only 27 points. That's actually pretty good compared to what they have been. They've given up 50 points and 40 points just about every week. So Kyler Murray was special, as he's been all year. 25 of 34, 379 yards, 3 touchdowns. You can tell getting this win meant something to Oklahoma, because you can tell after that first game, Kyler Murray and those guys were really distraught, feeling like they let one get away. Thought maybe it would ruin their playoff chances and everything like that. So you can tell getting that win meant something to them. So, getting that win and basically avenging their only loss of the season, that pretty much turned their season around. So when it's all said and done, you can say Oklahoma beat everyone they played this year. So that one loss they did have, they did avenge it. They did get into the college football playoff, which I'll get into later. They were number 4 seed. I thought it was well-deserved, because out of all the losses that I saw, theirs is forgivable. I mean, Georgia has 2 losses. Ohio State had a very bad loss at Purdue. That's not acceptable. But losing by 3 points on a neutral site to your biggest rival, that's not, completely, out of bounds there. So like I said, defense showed improvement. They are in the college football playoff, well-deserved. They did avenge their only loss. Kyler Murray, to me, right now, is the Heisman front runner. I had Tua last week, but after this weekend, I got Kyler Murray winning the Heisman. He was just amazing, man. He's been amazing all year. Clemson crushed Pitt 42-10. I mean, that was pretty much a given. Ohio State took out Northwestern pretty easy. Nothing really to see here. It's all whatever. But Bama and Georgia Part 2, and man, did it ever go down in the A, man. Bama pulled it out again, 35-28. I think Georgia came out, and you can just tell, man, they had hate in their heart, and they had revenge on their mind. They was ready to play. I mean, just came out on aggressive on offense, defensively, just throwing stuff at us. Jake Fromm was spectacular. I mean, in a losing effort, 25 of 39, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's pretty much always been the blueprint to beat Alabama. You got to go in there and stick with the running game, but your quarterback has to play an amazing game. You gotta attack the one-on-one coverage. Bama is known for playing, one-on-one coverage and, putting pressure on you. So I feel like Jake Fromm did take advantage of our young DBs in the first half. I think Bama's defense kind of settled down a little bit in that second half when it gave up 1 touchdown. Now it's an opening drive touchdown from Georgia. From that point forward, they shut everything down. So I was pretty impressed with that. So I just think Georgia, looking at them play Alabama, I just think Georgia has Alabama's number, just not on the scoreboard. You can honestly say they outplayed Bama in the last championship in January until Tua came in and saved the day. And then they outplayed Bama this year until Tua got hurt, and then Jalen came in and saved the day, and I'll get to Jalen Hurts in a minute. So I think the defense got exposed a little bit. You know, those young cornerbacks and those young DBs. Eventually, you can't hide them for so long. I thought Jake Fromm took advantage of the matchups he had with Nico Hardeman, Riley Ridley, and Marquise Goodwin. I thought he did a good job of exploiting those matchups and getting guys, the ball early and often. Like I said, Bama's defense stood up in the second half and gave up one touchdown, and from that point forward, they shut Georgia down, and the offense was able to make a comeback. As you all know, Tua got hurt. He got an ankle sprain. It's going to be out for a couple weeks. Don't know his status right now in terms of how healthy he'll be for the playoff game, but I mean they got about I'd say about 4 weeks until that happens. Nick Saban said he'll be ready in 2 weeks. I'll say, I'll hold him out until it's time to play. I wouldn't let Tua practice for the next month or so. Just let him just sit back and get some rest, man. So, but Jalen Hurts came in. It was 28-21. Tua went down. Jalen came in, led the game tying score, and then got the ball back and led the game winning score. As you all know, documented, very popular, scrutinized debate between Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa. I feel like Bama made their choice. Tua is starting quarterback. He should be the starting quarterback. Going forward, he should be the starting quarterback unless he's unhealthy. Then you put in Jalen. But I want to take this time, really, man, to just say how proud I was of Jalen Hurts and the way he stuck by it. He could have easily, and I said after the game, I said Jalen could have easily been a distraction. He could have easily said, you know what, I'm 26-2 as a starter. How dare you guys just take my position and give it to someone else? I scored the go-ahead touchdown in the first championship game. If the defense has got one stop, we're not having this conversation. SEC Player of the Year as a freshman. I mean, what more do you guys did you want from me? And this whole Jalen Hurts story, man, it was unfortunate because anyone who's ever played football, the hardest thing to do is to rebound from is someone taking your spot. When you lose your spot to someone, it hurts you mentally. You feel like, man, is that guy really better than me? And it's a whole nother thing when you lose your job to someone that is better than you. And Tua Tagovailoa, let's just put all issues of how we feel to the side and look at the two players. Tua Tagovailoa is the better player of the two. He had a bad game versus Georgia, a very bad game. I can't defend that. 10 for 24 through 2 interceptions. Didn't look good at all. But you got to understand something. That was Jalen Hurts every other day. Every other, Saturday, that was Jalen Hurts' numbers. So with Jalen for so long, the big elephant in the room, no pun intended, was he couldn't throw effectively. And what would happen if Bama ran across a Deshaun Watson, or they ran across a Baker Mayfield, or a Jake Fromm, or, a quarterback that's going to challenge them, and you have to get your quarterback challenge them back. And with Jalen, it was always, okay, run the ball, short passes, don't mess the game up. With Tua, now Bama can actually compete against these offenses. Now, with all these weapons, with Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, Irv Smith. You got Damian Harris, Najee Harris, Joshua Jacobs in the backfield. You have legitimate weapons now, and now you have a quarterback that can make these guys excel too. And that's not something that could happen with Jalen. He couldn't do that for this offense. But getting back to the point here, he stuck it out. He didn't leave. I thought he would transfer. If I was him, I probably would have transferred. But I like what he did. He stuck around. He didn't sit over there and pout on the bench. He stuck it out, worked on his craft. He got better at passing the football. He got better at running the football. I mean, he became a better quarterback, and you can see the difference when he got in the game. Now, Kirby Smart, to his credit, last year was not prepared for Tua, and this year he wasn't prepared for Jalen, not to that extent, and we saw it happen. So basically, Bama's won the last 2 big games with a backup coming in, saving the day. But the only difference is I feel like Tua is the starting quarterback for this team, and he should be the starting quarterback going forward. Plain and simple. So, excuse me, y'all. But overall, I think Jalen, the way he handled the situation, it would be an inspiration for anyone. I think it shows unselfishness, it shows perseverance, and he was honest. He didn't just sit there and say, "Yeah, Tua was the best player. I gave up." No, he said, "Look, it was hurtful." You know, he told a story about last year after the championship game, being in his hotel room with his parents crying. Like, you know, what do I do now? Because Jalen understands, hey, I lost my job to a better player. I didn't lose my job to some clown or someone who can't play. I lost my job to a guy who, up until last week, was the runaway Heisman winner. So it's no shame in that. It's just no shame in losing your job to a guy that may win the Heisman before he leaves school. That may be the NFL's first overall draft pick when he comes out. So there's no shame in losing your job to this guy. And for him to stick around, not transfer, sit there, learn from Tua. He actually learned from Tua how to pass the ball better, how to read the defense, how to read coverages. He made 2 throws in that game that the old Jalen Hurts, to me, would not have made. He made a pass across the middle in tight coverage to Irv Smith. That was a first down. He made a pass, the game tying touchdown to Jerry Jeudy. That's not a pass I really saw Jalen make. And the pass to Eric Waddle, where Jalen's he's running around. He just launches one down the field, but he threw it right to Jalen Waddle, and he threw another pass to Jalen Waddle that he had to go up and catch. So he did a great job coming in, passing, doing things that I have not seen him do before in the past. That kind of got him to lose his job. But when it's all said and done, I think he did a great job. I think Jalen came in and saved the day. You know, I think if Tua is not healthy, I'm pretty cool with Jalen starting. But, you know, going forward, I think Tua is a starting quarterback, and it should remain that way, you know, unless Tua is not healthy. If he's not healthy, then all bets are off. Then you start Jalen and whatever it has to be. But, you know, it was a great moment, and I think Jalen Hurts will forever be a hero in Bama football. He'll always be a legend. His story, I believe, will ring bells for anyone that comes in. I think a story like that can change how you recruit guys. Hey, you know, Jalen lost his job to a better player, but he stuck around. He stuck around, became a better player. So now next year, I do anticipate next year that he will transfer. He will graduate in December. So I do predict that Jalen will transfer. And wherever he goes, they're going to get a proven winner. They're going to get a proven winner, an improved passer, an already electric athlete. So wherever he goes next, I mean, that team just might be Bama's kryptonite. You know, Jalen just might come back and haunt Bama. But I feel like you've made your bed with Tua, and I feel like you should sleep in that bed. I mean, you made the choice with Tua. I felt it was the right choice to make. I love what Jalen has done for the program. I love what he did Saturday night. But just keeping everything in perspective, you know, this is Tua's team going forward. And I love what Jalen did, you know, how he stuck it out. And I think, like I said, wherever he goes next year will be a lucky team, a lucky head coach, a lucky OC. They're going to get a very motivated Jalen Hurts, a humble Jalen Hurts, a very improved Jalen Hurts, and a different young man than he was when he came to Bama. He's a totally different guy now. And after this year, he'll have one more year. I think he'll probably go ahead and transfer and get that 1 year, do like a 1 year, one shot deal with a school, you know, maybe Oklahoma or somewhere he goes where they have a system already in place for him to do his thing. So all the best to Jalen. I love the guy. I love what he's done for Bama's program. You know, and I think last night just showed, you know, if you wait your turn, you be a great teammate and fight through the drama, then your name will be called eventually, and you can rewrite the story, because this is where it ended for Jalen right here, in this same building against the same team. That's how it ended for Jalen. So now he was able to go and right the wrong that started all this. He was able to right that wrong. Now I feel like he's going to move on and do great things in his career. He will have one more year to play next year. Wherever he goes, I think that team becomes an instant threat to Bama wherever he goes. So, well, The college football playoffs have been set up. Um, as you all know, it was Bama number one, number two was Clemson, number three was Notre Dame, and number four was Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. And the two games will take place on December 29th. Clemson will play Notre Dame in the Cotton Bowl, which will be at Jerry's World in the Cowboy Stadium at 4 p.m. It will be Clemson versus Notre Dame. And then you have the Orange Bowl at 8. You have Bama and you have Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl for those on those 2 days. So my early predictions for those games, I think I actually believe in my heart. I just feel like Clemson will lose to the Irish. I just feel like they haven't faced a huge challenge all year. I feel like Notre Dame will bring them a challenge. 'Cause I feel like Notre Dame, they've been challenged. They've had to deal with Michigan. They've had to deal with Syracuse in a neutral site in Yankee Stadium. They've had to deal with USC when they had everything to play for, nothing to lose. So I feel like Notre Dame, to me, is the clear-cut favorite. Well, not the clear-cut favorite, but I feel like I like Notre Dame to pull the upset against the Tigers. I feel like they haven't played anyone all year. I feel like Trevor Lawrence, he needs some, adversity to happen to him. So I feel like watching Clemson all year, I don't feel like they've been tested like that. They did pull one out at A&M. They had a close game with Syracuse. Once the third string quarterback had to win the game for them. That was pretty close game, whatever. But I just think Notre Dame is battle tested. And I think the time off, they're going to be very healthy. I think out of all these teams coming into this game, into that weekend, the healthiest team will be the Irish. And I think they catch Clemson, after a long layoff, freshman quarterback, So I just think Clemson goes down to Notre Dame. That's my early prediction. I could be wrong. I think on paper, Clemson is the better team on paper, but I think Notre Dame in this game, this one game for it all, I like Notre Dame. Then you got Bama, Oklahoma, 8 p.m. in the Orange Bowl. Some big question marks going to this game. Of course, Tua had a sprained ankle for Bama. And on the other side for Oklahoma, one of my favorite guys to watch play football, Marquise Hollywood Brown, he has a foot injury. He's not healthy right now. So if those two guys are very important because, of course, with Tua, this Bama offense it goes from here to here. And Oklahoma, as great as the offense is, they're a great offense. Marquise Hollywood Brown makes them that much more explosive. So you're talking about the two most explosive guys on the field other than Kyler Murray, talking about, up in the air with their injury. So I think Tua is going to play. How healthy he's going to be, I don't know. Hollywood Brown, they say it's looking pretty bad, but I think he'll play. It'll be a long layoff, so I think he'll try and give it a go. But I think Bama's defense, they were tested and exposed by Georgia, so they're going to face an even better quarterback, even better receivers, even better OC, even better offensive team. So now, if you're Bama's defense, it's all come down to this. This is going to be a big challenge. The knock on Bama in the past has been like they struggle against these kind of offenses, and to this day, they probably still do. So I just think Bama will be tested in this game, but I feel like defensively, they make enough plays to get the ball back to their offense. And Oklahoma's defense is good. I'm sorry, they're not good. They've been bad all year, but they were good against Texas. They only gave up 27 points. But I don't think Texas is the kind of offense Alabama is. So that's not going to work. So I just think both of these defenses have their work cut out for them. I just think Bama's defense makes enough plays. I don't think Oklahoma can make enough plays. I think it's a mismatch with Bama's offense against their defense. And I think it's almost a mismatch with Oklahoma's offense and Bama's defense. But I just think Bama's defense makes a couple of plays, maybe a pick or two here or a fumble or something like that, and that can kind of give the offense extra possessions to take them out. So I like Bama in a very, explosive game. I think it'll be great, man. So I think I got Bama and Notre Dame in a national championship, and of course I got Bama winning that game. Well, I said that championship weekend is the weekend in which if you're kind of win the Heisman, or if there's some kind of award you want to win, then this is the last chance you have. Now, going into the weekend, I had Tua by a mile. I thought Tua had played great all year. He hit a stumbling block against Mississippi State. They kind of exposed him a little bit, knocked him around a little bit, kind of routed him. Played great against Citadel. That doesn't count, of course. But then he went to against Auburn and played fantastic. Played lights out against Auburn. And Georgia had a game plan for him. They got after him pretty good. He got hurt on the first drive, so I don't know how much that affected him. He's been health-wise up and down all year. So, and I think the fact that Tua hasn't played much in the fourth quarter, that has come back to bite him, because when it's all said and done, he does not have better numbers than Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins. He doesn't. Even with him rolling how he was. And this past weekend, Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray both put on big shows on the big stage. So I think right now the clear-cut Heisman winner at this point is Kyler Murray. I have Dwayne Haskins backing him up as the runner-up, and I have Tua being invited to the party but not getting the trophy. And I think that's great, because I said my biggest fear about Tua in this whole season was him staying healthy and football karma. I feel like football karma is real. Tua, he earned his job the right way, but let's face it, it was, you gotta be a little grimy in times in football to let guys know some bad news. So with Tua, I didn't want him to win the Heisman, because I feel like I want Tua to earn everything this year. Yes, you beat out Jalen, you're the better quarterback between the two of you guys. You're Bama's quarterback going forward, whatever. But I feel like this year I wanted Tua to go through some things. I wanted him not to suffer, but have some things go against him. So I think losing this Heisman will get his focus back, will let him regain things, because now Tua's had to sit back and see how it feels to sit back and be helpless while your backup goes in there and saves the day. And now you're sitting here on crutches for the next couple weeks, not being able to play, So right now, Tua's going through a phase where he's been exposed. He's been rattled by Georgia. They had a game plan for him this time. And it happens. He's not a freshman quarterback, but he's a first-year starter. So first-year starters go through different things. Football is a chess game. Tua came out with all his moves. Then LSU may have showed a few things. Then, of course, Mississippi State, they showed the blueprint. Hey, if he sits back there, he will eat you alive. So bring more than they can block, get to him, because everyone knows Tua is looking for the big play. He's got his eyes downfield the whole time. Now, I have seen him, take checkdowns and take what the defense gives him, but deep down inside, he's a gunslinger and he wants the big play. So I think the Bulldogs, Mississippi State Bulldogs, they said, look, don't just let him sit back and throw the ball. Pressure him. Make him make sound decisions. Test his patience. Make him hold the ball and think about it, but be in a hurry to get rid of it. Just kind of throw him off. And that was a blueprint. So now it's Tua's turn. Now you have to go back, watch the film, see where you've been exposed at, and then you make your next chess move. Okay, y'all want to blitz me, y'all want to make me impatient. Here is my rebuttal to that. So, and I think Bama's offensive line has to be better. I feel like when you get sacked, sometimes they blame the offensive line, sometimes they blame the quarterback. But speaking as a former lineman, I feel like if my quarterback gets sacked, it's my fault. The guy I'm blocking should not sack my quarterback or touch him. I don't care how long it takes. 2, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. My thing is this: if I can't block you, if I can't keep you off my quarterback for like 5, 10 seconds, I can't be playing ball. So I think Bama's offensive line has to improve, because even Jalen Hurts had to escape a couple times yesterday. So I'm not going to sit here and say it was like Tua was just holding on to the ball, being greedy. No, I feel like Bama's offensive line has to be better and improve too, with seeing the blitz and picking it up and everything like that. So I just feel like down the stretch, Tua may have lost to Heisman, and I feel like that it needs to happen like that. Tua has to go through some kind of adversity. It all can't just be handed to him. So I think lose the Heisman to Kyler Murray and getting hurt against Georgia, it humbles him. So I think he'll come back in the playoffs motivated. He'll see that Kyler Murray is a Heisman Trophy winner. He'll say, hey, that should be my Heisman Trophy. That should be mine right there. So we'll see how it plays out. I think Tua will be motivated by us. I think it'll be great for Tua. I think Tua will be better for it. I think he'll be better after all this happens. I think, when you go down the way he went down against Georgia and then you lose the Heisman the way he lost it, it will humble you and motivate you. And I think Tua is one of those guys that when he's motivated and ready to play, it's over. So I think losing the Heisman to Kyler Murray is actually the best move because it will ground Tua and let him know, hey, just as much as they love you and praise you, they will down you just that quick. And now just kind of get his mind back focused and say, okay, all right, now I got to get back right and lead my team again. So I think I would give the Heisman to Kyler Murray, but I think it will have a great effect on Bama and Tua going forward. Well, look, NFL action here. The Jacksonville Jaguars are officially off the losing streak tonight with a 6-0 win over Indy yesterday. I thought it was a great effort by defense. Jalen Ramsey and Gakwe, the whole crew, man, just did great. But I just think that it's too little too late, Jacksonville. I just think, they did try, whatever, but at this point, the biggest issue with the Jacksonville Jaguars, they have no quarterback. And right now, they're 4-7, 4-8. Jaguars are 4-8. So my thing is this: go ahead and take it. Lose less the last 4 games. Get you a high draft pick, a quarterback. Maybe Drew Lock from Missouri or somewhere. Get you a quarterback. Get you a new quarterback in the draft. That way you can cut Blake Bortles. You have a new quarterback, a new rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. Now you can re-sign these guys. I can start giving guys their money, like Jalen Ramsey, like Fournette, like Cam Robinson, like Ronnie Harrison, these guys like that. So you can start paying these guys their money with a rookie quarterback. So I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, it was a great win. I think that was a pride win. Hey, we still got pride. We're not giving them yet, but hey, it's over. You're not going to the playoffs. I know it. Y'all know it. So just call it a day. Go ahead and pack it in. Go ahead and flunk these next 4 games. Get you a quarterback in the first round and call it a day. So let's just call it what it is, Jacksonville Jaguars. It's too little too late. You had your shots to make things happen. It didn't happen. Lost some close games. Got blown out a couple times. So I just think Jacksonville Jaguars, go ahead. Go 4-12. Call it a day. Get you a quarterback and just reset. So that's my take on Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, back-to-back losses for the Steelers. And it's crazy. Just 2 weeks ago, the conversation was, man, Pittsburgh just might get that number 1 seed. Pittsburgh don't need Le'Veon Bell. Pittsburgh is unified. Everything is all good. All the issues of the Pittsburgh Steelers world is over and done with. It's no longer an issue. Everyone's happy. Goo goo gaga. We love each other. It's all good. No, it's not. You lose a game to Denver. Now, Denver's not a bad team. They're not. They're a great team, a great quality team. Not a great team, but a great defense. They're not a team that's going to go out there and lay down for you. They're not any good all around, but the defense is hellacious, and, offense, whatever. But they're still a very prideful team, a very proud team. They're not going to lay down for you. So, but all in all, they should have won that game. Then you go to last night. They're up 23-7 against the Chargers. That's a very big game. Because you have the Chargers. And they're right there in the AFC West with the Chiefs. And they're both, 2-3 losses. So by losing that game last night, Pittsburgh puts themselves out there in pretty much a must-win our division scenario, because now you've lost head-to-head to the Chiefs and to the Chargers. So if the AFC West becomes interesting, now you lost the head-to-head with KC and LA. So now it's like, okay, either we win our division or we're out. And two of the next four games are against the Saints and the Patriots. And we know how New England owns Pittsburgh, and we know how mad New Orleans is right now. They want to prove the whole world they're not flukes, whatever. So I think Pittsburgh losing back-to-back games like that, and on top of that, you have a tie. Now, in the NFL, when you tie, it's not a win or a loss. But when you're talking about playoff positioning, it comes back to bite you as if it were a loss. So now that tie and 4 losses are against you now. So now you're 7-4-1 when you were just 7-2-1. And you had a shot to win the first seed and have everything come through you. Now, if everything goes completely haywire, now you lose your division. Now you've beaten Baltimore 1-1, so it's a 1-1 thing. So I just feel like Pittsburgh has a hard schedule coming down the road here. They do have Oakland on their schedule. That could be an easy win. I'm not counting out no one. But knowing Pittsburgh, nothing's easy. They don't make it easy. It's never easy. So I'm looking at Pittsburgh right now, man. They got New Orleans and New England coming up. I just don't see them winning all 4 of these games. So I just think that tie that they had early on will come back to bite them later on. So hopefully they'll get together. Le'Veon Bell is not coming back. James Conner's injured. It's constant drama, so we'll see how it plays out. But right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a world of trouble. Well. How about them Cowboys? Well, as you all know, the Cowboys are in the midst of a 4-game winning streak. You know, just about a month ago, they were 3-5. It was all loss. You know, everything's over. Fire the coach. Let's get rid of Dak. Let's do all this and do all that. Then you win 4 straight games on top of the division. You know, hey, it happens. So, but let me give you a little state of the Cowboys right now, because I'm a real Cowboys fan. I'm not going to jump the gun and say we're going to a Super Bowl this year because we just beat some great team in New Orleans. So the Cowboys have the best defense in football. I think that question has been answered. I feel like you shut down Drew Brees in that offense and you hold them to 10 points. As a matter of fact, you gave them 7 with a roughing the kicker, a few penalties. So the Cowboys gave them 7 points. So you win 13-10. Offense didn't play particularly well in the second half, and you win 13-10. So that's a great starting point. I think the defense is the best in football. If they're not their top 2-3 defense, I think Zeke Elliott is the man. He's like 20 yards behind Todd Gurley for the NFL Elite and Rusher title. I mean, maybe he get it, maybe he won't. I mean, we'll see. Amari Cooper, to me, has been heaven sent, man. You know, he has made the receiving core that much more admirable. And I feel like the Cowboys can still win playing their way. Run the football, play great defense. But now with Amari Cooper and now with Michael Gallup coming up big and Cole Beasley still being reliable and Gathers, you know, so now all of a sudden then Tavon Austin is coming back. So now you have another weapon out there that can make something happen. And of course, Coop, I mean, if you throw it to him, he catches it. You know, he did have a fumble in the game against New Orleans. I don't see that very often from Coop, man. So I just think this Cowboys team, they're going the right way. I love what I'm seeing. They were 3-5, but I feel like that wasn't telling the whole story. I feel like look at every Cowboys game this year. They've been in every game. The first game against Carolina Panthers, 16-8. They're right there in the game. Seattle, they're right there in the game. Houston, right there. Redskins, a missed field goal. Tennessee Titans game. I mean, hell, they're up 7-0 going in the score, and that Prescott throws an interception, everything gets turned around. So every game they've lost this year, they've been right there. They could be right now. They're 7-5. They could be, dare I say, I don't know, 10-2, 8-4. They could be that. So this is a very underrated team, very overlooked team. But the question mark, as has always been, has been Dak Prescott. And I feel like this Cowboys winning streak has exposed a lot of guys for being Cowboy haters. And I feel like here's why. Everything about Dak Prescott that I have a problem with, I said last year. I said that Dak can't throw that well. I said he misses wide open receivers, holds the ball too long. I said these things last year about Dak Prescott. But last year he had the Dez Bryant, saga, Zeke Elliott not being healthy, Sean Lee not being able to lead the defense. So now this year, you have Leighton Vander Esch as your new Sean Lee. Defense is raw as hell. Zeke Elliott is healthy, out of trouble, in great shape, playing great ball right now. You got Amari Cooper on the outside now. He's catching everything you throw to him. So now the excuses are gone for Dak Prescott. And now everyone is saying, oh, Dak Prescott is the problem. Oh, really? Just last year, it was Dez Bryant's fault. So I feel like the fact that Dak Prescott no longer has any excuses, and with Amari Cooper being there, Amari Cooper was brought in to help the Cowboys further evaluate Dak, to eliminate all the excuses. They're saying, they're saying Dak don't have no more receiver. Okay, go and get one. Go and get Coop right now. So you go and get Mark Cooper. And now you can actually judge Dak Prescott because now he has a go-to receiver. And Gallup is doing damn good. He's a good number 2 guy. I think Cole Beasley should get more targets because he's all reliable. Don't forget about him. And of course, Rico Gathers, he's going to be in and out of the lineup. He should get more snaps too. And Tavon's coming back. So Dak Prescott has guys to get the ball to. And he's still being, still making the same mistakes. Overthrowing guys. He had Gallup wide open on the sideline that could have put the game completely out of reach. Missed him on that play. Overthrew a few guys. He holds the ball too long. But I also think the offensive line has to improve too. Like I said, when you think about getting sacked as a quarterback, Dak Prescott was sacked 8 times in that Saints game. I can't say it was all on the O-line. And I can't say it was all on Dak. The O-line has to be better. Now, Tyron Smith was out last game. He will be back against the Eagles. Travis Frederick is still out. He's had the autoimmune disease. He's been out for a while. Don't know when he's coming back, if he's going to come back. I do know we will get Tyron Smith back. Hopefully we'll get Frederick back. Hopefully. We'll see how it plays out. But in the meantime, Joe Looney is playing some great football. I think Lyle Collins, he gets beat every so often. So the offensive line, they have to improve too. And Dak Prescott has to know when to say go. Okay, it ain't there. Coop ain't open. He ain't open. He ain't open. All right, slow down. Take off running. Do what you gotta do. But in the meantime, the O-line has to improve, and Dak cannot continue to turn the ball over. It's not all about picks. He went 4 straight weeks with no turnovers. And he had, a couple this week, so we'll see how it plays out. But Dak has to take care of the football. If you take a sack, take a sack. What happens? Take a sack, but hold on to the ball. Quit holding it like this, getting sacked and fumbling. And the O-line has to improve. The O-line hasn't been what it used to be, but they're still a top 5, line. They're not what they were. And with Tyron Smith being out and Travis Frederick being out, that has played a role in how bad they've been at times this year. But I think for the most part, they're a steady improving group. I think Connor Williams being gone at left guard is a great thing. Isaac Zafalo has filled in beautifully. Sorry, Connor. Sorry, man. Peace out. But we get Tyron Smith back against the Eagles. And somewhere down the road, we'll get our guy back and Travis Frederick. We'll see how this thing works out. And we'll go from there. But I think right now the Cowboys have to keep their focus. Right now, everyone, I feel like Cowboys can be very much a big nightmare in the playoffs with how they run the football with Zeke and how they play defense. And if Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper reminds me of Anquan Bolden in 2012. You know, I just feel like him and excuse me. I feel like him and Dak, if they get into the playoffs and they're clicking right, and they're clicking, they can be dangerous. Because Zeke Elliott is the man. He's going to touch the ball. He has to for us to win. Defense is playing lights out right now. So if you're Dak, you're saying, hey, if I do my job and don't turn the ball over, but I make timely throws, I convert key third downs, get the ball to Coop, get the ball to Gallup, get the ball to my guys, convert third downs based on great plays, we might be onto something. And the biggest question mark is Dak Prescott. And I'm hot and cold on that. There are times where I see Dak Prescott make a play where I'm like, oh my God, that's my quarterback. Then there are times where I'm like, where the hell we find this guy at? So with Dak Prescott, it's up and down. So unless Dak Prescott turns into Joe Flacco, you know how Joe Flacco just kind of got hot and led the team to a championship, I can see Dak doing that. But he has to show improvement. There are things where Dak has to be better at. And that's getting rid of the football, making better throws, not missing wide open guys. I mean, guys are getting open. So Dak Prescott definitely has to put his nose to the grindstone and get right, man. So there is a big time game coming up with Philadelphia. The Cowboys' last 4 games are Philadelphia, at Indy, against Tampa, and at New York. I think the Giants are pretty much packed it in. You know, they're done for the year. You got Philadelphia tonight at Washington. You have Washington tonight in Philadelphia. I want to see how that goes because I feel like I want Philadelphia to win. That way, when they come play the Cowboys understand, hey, this is not the time to get relaxed. Yes, you beat the Saints. Great job, Cowboys. You beat the Saints. But there is still work to be done. As an offense, ask yourself this. How many times in that game did we almost blow it? The Cowboys offense almost blew it. They almost completely just crapped all over an all-time great defensive effort. I mean, you hold Drew Brees and that offense, that crazy offense, to 10 points, that's amazing. But here is the flip side to that. You beat the almighty Saints 13-10, and you could have done better. So that's what the Cowboys have to tell themselves. Hey, we beat the Saints. Everyone loves the Saints. We just beat the hell out of them. And we could have been better. We gave up points. We left points on the field. So the Cowboys should learn more from the mistakes they made in that game. And I'm glad we didn't blow them out. I'm glad it came down to the wire. I'm glad the Cowboys didn't blow out New Orleans. I did predict the Cowboys would win. Lucky me. So look, I just feel like this. The Cowboys can take from that game and say, look, yeah, we won, but we played awful on offense in the second half. I mean, we gave them 7 points. The O-line gave up sacks. I mean, so there's so many things the Cowboys can take from that Saints win, other than the fact that they won. Hey, we beat the Saints, but we could have been that much more better. So now the Cowboys have to, right now the Cowboys' biggest opponent is complacency. Philadelphia on the ropes. Indy on the ropes. Tampa, done. New York Giants, done. This is not the time for the Cowboys to get complacent. This is the time to get even more focused. Keep feeding Zeke. Get the ball to Coop on third down. Feed Cole Beasley. Get these guys involved. You get Tavon Austin back. Incorporate him. You get Tyler Smith back. Run behind him. Everything is falling into place. And that's where you get the more concern as a Cowboy fan. I was not concerned being 3-5 going to Philadelphia. I feel like this Cowboys team is made of the right stuff, and they will find a way to win the game. But I worry when this team is riding high. And right now, this Cowboys team is riding very high. So I want to see how it plays out, how it all comes together. We'll see how it all comes together, man. So, like I said, we got Philadelphia next Sunday. That will be big. That will be a big time battle, especially if they win tonight. But either way, it's going to be a big time game. You got Indy. I think Andrew Luck and the Colts are still playing for playoff position, so they're on the ropes, but they're very much capable of beating us too. And you have Tampa. You never know. Tampa and New York Giants, they're not going to the playoffs, but they will love nothing more than to ruin everyone else's day. And Tampa has great weapons. Mike Evans, I think, was top 10 receiver, maybe even top 5. D-Jack, all-time great deep threat. You know, so everything we have to see. The Cowboys right now cannot get comfortable and get complacent. So the Cowboys have to finish strong. If the Cowboys get in the playoffs, they are a very dangerous team because they can run the football. So in other words, let's just play it out here. Let's say the Cowboys get the Saints or they get the Rams. The Cowboys can keep those offenses on the sideline. Their defenses can cause problems for those offenses. So we'll see how it plays out. I would hate to see the Saints again because I feel like we're not going to hold them to 10 points again. But if it comes down to it, so the hell what? We're ready. But right now the Cowboys have to fight complacency. They can't get comfortable. They have to look at the big picture. If they get in the playoffs, they're dangerous. So we'll see how it plays out, man. Well, we got trouble in Tylertown. Mike McCarthy was let go by the Packers right after they lost to the Cardinals. That's about as low as you can get. I always felt this. One of my favorite sayings that I made it myself is nothing is a problem until it becomes an inconvenience. So all this time, Aaron Rodgers has had Mike McCarthy. All this time, Aaron Rodgers has had homegrown talent. Everyone knows the Packers are not a big free agent team. They love to build through the draft. They get all their talent from the draft. Clay Matthews, Aaron Rodgers, B.J. Raji, Clinton Dix. All these guys came through the draft. And that wasn't the issue. Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, James Jones, these are all homegrown talent that Aaron Rodgers was winning games with and won a championship with these same type of guys. Now, all of a sudden, it ain't working out with Devontae Adams. And all of a sudden, Randall Cobb is not Randall Cobb anymore. You lose Jordy Nelson. He's gone. So now, all of a sudden, it's everyone's fault but Aaron Rodgers. And the reason why I'm so hard on him, I feel like people give Aaron Rodgers excuses they never gave Peyton Manning or John Elway or Dan Marino. Those guys had to go through certain things. They had to carry their team. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, poor him. He's got no defense. He's got no weapons. Oh, he got no weapons? Really? Was Greg Jennings not a Pro Bowl receiver? Is Devontae Adams not a Pro Bowl receiver? Donald Driver might go to the Hall of Fame one day. We never know. So he's had weapons. Jermichael Finley was the best tight end in football when he was right. So Aaron Rodgers has had help. Stop the nonsense. He has had help. All right? Enough of the excuses. I feel like Mike McCarthy was the fall guy. You can't get free agents because, number one, you live in Green Bay. That's number one. And the word is out there. It's out there. Not everyone wants to play with Aaron Rodgers. Not everybody wants to play with this guy. I don't know what the issue is internally, but I feel like they said the guy, he's very much blame deflecting, a diva, just like Brett Favre. It got to a point where nobody wanted to play with Brett Favre. We ain't got time for all the diva stuff. We ain't got time for all that. Nobody wants to play with Aaron Rodgers. I get it. He's got great arm talent. He also has a losing record in the playoffs. He also, has not been back to the Super Bowl. We're going on almost 10 years since that Super Bowl championship he won. We're going on 10 years now, Aaron Rodgers, and you're 5-6 in the playoffs since then. Let's not forget the Dez Bryant catch that was ruled incomplete. You should have lost that game. The Cowboys game in 2016, you should have lost that game. So let's not kid ourselves and think Aaron Rodgers is all-time great quarterback, which he is. He's a top 10 quarterback. But I think he's severely overstated by everyone. The media loves him. They got every excuse in the world for him. I say no. Did y'all give Peyton Manning those same excuses? Did y'all give John Elway those excuses before he got TD and Shannon Sharp and all those guys? No. There was no excuses given out for those guys. Did Peyton Manning get it done? No. All right, he's out of here. So no, Aaron Rodgers. You having a Hall of Fame arm is not helping. You don't have the numbers. You're nowhere near passing no one for all-time records. So I don't get what this whole love affair with Aaron Rodgers is. I get it. The Hall of Fame talent. He's a champion. He's an MVP. But all of those things are not working out into more wins in the playoffs and in the championship. So I feel like this. Aaron Rodgers' career is on life support. He's 35 years old. He's often injured. He's very much injured all the time. So he's not Tom Brady or Drew Brees where he's just completely healthy all the time and his body is completely right. Aaron Rodgers is a very fragile guy. He gets hit, you hold your breath. I mean, the guy, I don't get it. I just don't get it with Aaron Rodgers, man. So Mike McCarthy deserved better. I mean, getting fired after a game. I mean, damn, can the man wash his ass first? Let the man come on, get back home and do it. Like, Jesus Christ, you go fire the man after the game? Like, that's it. Okay, come on in here, coach. I know he's had a tough loss, but you're fired. Like, really? He deserves better than that. Mike McCarthy is the same guy. He is the same guy that resurrected Brett Favre's career. Brett Favre's career was going down the drain a long time ago in Green Bay. They bring in Mike McCarthy. He resurrects Brett Favre's career. Had Brett Favre right there on the doorstep of a Super Bowl until Brett Favre did Brett Favre things and threw a cross-the-body pick to someone, and it was all lost. But, of course, Mike McCarthy got blamed for it. It's all his fault. It's Mike McCarthy's fault that some kid decided not to catch an onside kick that would have sent them back to a Super Bowl. But no, everything is Mike McCarthy's fault. Aaron Rodgers getting outplayed by Kirk Cousins. Mike McCarthy's fault. Aaron Rodgers getting outplayed twice by Colin Kaepernick. Mike McCarthy's fault. It is not all this guy's fault. At some point, you have to hold Aaron Rodgers accountable. I get it. Aaron Rodgers is amazing. Amazing talent. Can throw the ball from here to Detroit in this chair. I get all that. Dan Marino had a great arm. So what? It's not translating to more victories. Hell, even with this great arm, he's got 40,000 yards passing in his career. 40,000 yards. That's it. You're not going to catch Peyton Manning or Drew Brees and none of those guys. So it ain't the records. So you're not breaking records. You're not winning championships. You're not winning playoff games on the regular. So what is it, Aaron Rodgers? And now you're going to miss the playoffs for the second year in a row. And all these issues, defense inconsistent. Well, you can't sign no one because you're in Green Bay. Nobody's come there. And on top of that, you just made Aaron Rodgers the highest paid player in NFL history. So where's the extra money? You have no extra money. Aaron Rodgers has robbed the Green Bay Packers. Hey, I got your championship, MVPs, pay me. Okay, good job. We just paid you. Good luck doing it all by yourself because that's what you're going to have to do at this point forward going forward. Aaron Rodgers, you are going to have to do it yourself, all by yourself. But I tell you what, Mike McCarthy getting fired, there could be a silver lining. Maybe Aaron Rodgers gets a new guy to open things up for him, whatever. I don't know. But if Aaron Rodgers continues going down after getting this guy fired, his legacy is forever tarnished. Forever. So we'll see how it plays out, man. Well, my last topic of the day. As you all know, Kareem Hunt was caught on camera pushing and kicking the girl. It was wrong, you know. And he's been banned from the NFL on the exempt list. He was cut by the Chiefs. You know, normally in these situations, I get all the facts. I don't speak on logic or emotion, anything like that. I just say, hey, let me see what happened. And Kareem Hunt, to his credit, he did say he lied to the Chiefs and said that, hey, you know, he told them a lie. He said nothing happened, but all of a sudden did happen. So I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs, this is not their fault. And they've dealt with this with Tyreek Hill in his situation. So the Chiefs took his word for it. He lied to them, and when the video came out, it was not what he said happened. So off that, they cut him. And rightfully so. You don't want that attached to your name. Hey, fine. You know, so whatever. And I guess on the outside looking in, I would have just said, oh, that's wrong. Make him a fall guy. But Kareem Hunt himself said, hey, I lied to the Chiefs. I said nothing happened when something really did happen. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's a very talented young man. I think right now he's a top 3 running back. So he's gonna play again. You know, but I just think the Chiefs, they're free from any kind of blame. You know, Kareem Hunt lied to them. They love the kid, so they took his word for it. And now the video come out. When the video came out, it exposed him as a liar in the eyes of his team. So his team cut him because he lied to him. But the NFL continues to drop the ball. They continue to get shown up time and time again by TMZ. This is very similar to the Ray Rice incident. Now, here's the difference between Kareem Hunt and Ray Rice. Ray Rice actually told the truth. Ray Rice told Commissioner Goodell to his face, to a man, behind closed doors, I punched my fiance. We got into a scuffle. I hit her one time, knocked her out. My bad. I'm sorry. Goodell said, okay, Ray Rice, you were honest. You get 2 games. The video comes out, and Goodell just says, okay, Ray Rice, you're gone for the entire season. You're banned for life. Really? The guy just sat here and told you to your face, I hit my fiance. I did that. I hit my fiance. I did it. The man told you to a man, to your face, behind closed doors. There was no reason to lie. There was no reason to lie. Behind closed doors, Ray Rice told you to your face, I hit my fiance. And you gave him 2 games. Okay, all is well, all is well. Fine. But then the video comes out, what the hell were you expecting? The man say he hit his fiance. The video shows him hitting his fiance. So what were you expecting? So I feel like Ray Rice was blackballed and Kareem Hunt was a victim of his own lies. Either way, both guys, you know, it was wrong. But I feel like Ray Rice was more of a stand-up guy for what he did. I feel like Ray Rice came out and said, look, I hit my fiance. Kareem Hunt said, I hit no one. So Kareem Hunt is a victim of his own lies and the NFL sloppy ass. But the NFL, you are a $1 billion empire. You are a $1 billion corporation. You know all about a kid's DUI arrest in 9th grade. You know about that. But you can't get a public video surveillance camera from anyone. You're a $1 billion company. You can't get a video. And Kareem Hunt said, the NFL did not talk to me about this. So if Kareem Hunt had told the truth, and this video comes out, and the NFL does this, then the NFL loses everything. But the NFL got a big break because Kareem Hunt lied. Kareem Hunt lied to the Chiefs and said nothing happened. So now the NFL, they have a way out. Because Kareem Hunt lied, they have a way out of it now. Oh my God, he lied. So we didn't need a video. He said he lied, whatever. But if you really care, if you're really trying to put an end to domestic violence and all that stuff like that, if you're really trying to change that, you mean to tell me you're a $1 billion corporation? You couldn't go out and get that video? You couldn't go do some research and investigation and say, look, I need surveillance video from the elevator the night Ray Rice was arrested. I need that video. You are a $1 billion corporation. Who the hell will tell you no? You're the NFL. Hey, I need that video that y'all took that night in the hotel. Kareem Hunt was questioned by police. Get me that video. You're the NFL. Who's going to know? They're not going to tell you no. You are worth over $1 billion. If you want a surveillance video of someone beating a girl ass, you can get that video. The same way you got Dez Bryant's, personal history from high school. Oh, mom was a prostitute, dad was a pimp. So you know all that, right? You got information, but you couldn't get this information. You know about some kids DUI in college from 5 years ago, but you don't know about your star running back, a top 5 running back, getting questioned by police. You can't get that video of one of your best athletes in trouble with the law in Cleveland. You couldn't get that video, but you can get everything else that you want as a billion-dollar corporation. It's not going to work. And the only reason the NFL is not getting more pushback is because Kareem Hunt lied. He lied to the Chiefs. So in turn, Kareem Hunt lied to the Chiefs. So in return, the Chiefs lied for him. So that's the only break NFL gets, is that Kareem Hunt initially lied, which he did. So by him lying, he saves their ass for about a couple weeks here, because now it's like, look, Kareem lied to us. How are we supposed to know that? But guess what? You have a history of doing the wrong thing when someone tells you the truth. Ray Rice told Goodell to his face in a private room, bro, I hit my wife. I'm sorry. Goodell said, it's okay, Ray. 2 games. The video comes out and you go haywire. Oh, he's banned for life. He can't play no more. No, you're covering your ass. And now Kareem Hunt has got in trouble and he lied. So now his lie covers your ass again. But you continue to get upstaged and outclassed by TMZ. You're the damn NFL. TMZ is down here. That's TMZ, but they continue to shame y'all. Oh, the NFL said they ain't got it. Oh, we got it. TMZ is not worth millions of dollars, man. The NFL is. TMZ has no power. They're the damn media, for God's sakes. They're the gossiping media. You're the NFL. You couldn't get that tape? That's ridiculous, man. So here's my thing. Kareem Hunt, God bless him. I mean, hopefully he learned from this. Hopefully all kids learn from this, man. My man Bernard Thomas, my personal barber. What's up, man? I think he'll play again because when Ray Rice got in trouble, he was an Asian running back. He was in his 30s. Production had on drop. He got kind of injured a lot. So Kareem Hunt, as we speak right now, is a top 5 running back, top 3, top 4. How you look at it? I know I love Zeke. So Zeke, Gurley, when L. Bell gets back. But as of right now, he's a top 3 running back. He's a top 3 running back. So he will get another shot to play somewhere else. So we'll see how it works out. But I think he will come back. I think he'll be back maybe next year. I think the NFL right now, they're trying to cover their own ass. So they're saying, look, suspend him. Don't do nothing with him. Just let him go, whatever. But next year he'll be back. Because I feel like, unlike Ray Rice, this kid is entering his prime, whereas Ray Rice was a washed up running back where it's like, okay, nobody wants you anyway, so it's like now you're in trouble, so whatever. But I think Kareem Hunt he'll be just fine. He'll be fine, he'll be back. So like I said, man, Kareem Hunt, God bless him. Hopefully he learned from this. He's a great, talented kid. I love watching him play, man. But hey, right is right, wrong is wrong, and hitting girls is wrong. Girls hitting men, like we keep your hands to yourself. If you a man, don't put your hands on a woman. If you a woman, be a woman. Don't put your hands on a man. Let's go old school. Everybody keep your hands to yourself. And if you're worth millions of dollars and you're somewhere where something could possibly happen, leave. Leave, man. You're a millionaire. You're one of the top athletes in the world. You should host a party. No, I'm Kareem Hunt. Bring me the party. I ain't going nowhere. Bring me the party. I ain't going nowhere. All right? So it's a lesson to be learned for all y'all young athletes coming up. Be careful. Just because you're big time, that don't mean that you can't go nowhere and stuff won't pop off. If anything, because of who you are, it's more likely to pop off wherever you go at. So learn from me. When I was in college, I said, look, no, I'm not going nowhere. Bring me the party. Bring me the party. Bring me everything. No, I'm not going nowhere. I'm the man. Bring me the party. So Kareem Hunt, hopefully he'll learn from this. Hopefully every athlete learn from this. Hey, if you're somewhere, just assume they're recording you. Just assume it. Hey, I'm at McDonald's. Okay, they're recording me. Watch how you move. Watch how you act. Watch who you be around. And always assume you're being watched, no matter where you are. I'm pretty sure Ray Rice was thinking, man, they got a camera in the elevator. Yeah, of course they do. There's a hidden camera everywhere you go. Assume that. Tell yourself that wherever you go. Wherever I go, I will have a camera watching me, whether it be TMZ or someone's phone. Someone is watching me, waiting for me to mess up. Honestly, Dre, man, it goes back to the Ray Rice situation because in that video, his fiance was actually punching him and he hit her one time. And that was his whole career. So I think he'll be back because of his talent. Everybody know that Goodell did Rice dirty, but nobody was going to sign him anyway. It was like a win-win. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do him wrong, but hey, nobody want to sign him anyway. So, he was an aging running back, with bad knees, always injured. So he was not going to come back either way. As a matter of fact, he was a free agent when it happened. I think so. He was with Baltimore, then they cut him. Then, nobody ever signed him. So I think Kareem Hunt will be signed because he has talent. Now, she was attacking him, but they don't want to hear that. Joe Mixon at Oklahoma his freshman year was a girl punched him in the face. He hit her back. He was gone. So even though the women attacked them or whatever, they don't see that. All they saw is you're a professional athlete. You're a big, strong dude. You hit a woman. That's all they saw. It's wrong. Women should not put their hands on guys, and we should hit them back. It shouldn't be. No one should hit each other. Keep your hands to yourself. So I think he will get a second chance at it because of his talent. Because he's very talented. He's a top 3 running back. So, and guess what? He's not even 24 years old yet. He's like 22 years old, 23 years old. So he will be back with someone. I don't know who, but he will be back with someone. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm a father and a husband, so I don't condone domestic violence. But hey, the NFL has looked past worse things. So hopefully he'll learn from it, and get his mind right and come back and be great. How I think he will be, man. So I think he will get a second shot based on his talent, because whether she hit him first or not, they don't care. They don't care. It's been plenty of time where girls swung first and the guy just hit back and he still got suspended. So I don't think her attacking him is really the issue. I think what he did, because he did it, it's an issue. But he will get another shot because of his talent by somebody. So we'll see how it plays out. My man Dre said Jaguars. On that note, we're gonna close the show out, people. Dre, just start losing. Lose. Y'all need a quarterback. You're 4-8. Lose. Go 4-12. Get a top 5 pick. Get your quarterback. It'll all work out. You get you a new quarterback on a rookie deal. Then guess what? You can re-sign everybody. You keep Jalen Ramsey. You keep Ngakoue. You keep everybody together, happy, together. You get rid of Bortles. So start losing. You're 4-8. Start losing and keep losing. Go 4-12 and get you a quarterback. Please take my advice. Please start losing, man. Please. Don't win no more, or you'll keep Blake Bortles. Anyway, y'all, that's my show for today. Like I say, hope you had a great weekend. I don't know, I'm doing myself, man. College football is over right now. NFL continues, NBA continues right now. So plenty of sports talk, man. So like I say all the time, man, y'all be easy. It's your boy. Peace out.